Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global TV. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja, and I am Ogochukwu Mobuno. President Bola Tinubu approved the takeoff of the first phase of the consumer credit scheme. This was contained in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale. The President believes every hardworking Nigerian should have access to social mobility, with consumer credit playing a pivotal role in achieving this vision. Ngelale explained that consumer credit serves as a lifeblood of modern economies, enabling citizens to enhance their quality of life by accessing goods and services upfront, paying responsible over time. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in the Netherlands on a state visit. President Tinubu, during his visit, is expected to engage in high-level meetings with Dutch government officials and business leaders. The president will also engage in discussions around trade, investments, security operations, and cultural exchange. President Bola Tinubu has called for the establishment of a regional counter-terrorism center that will serve as a hub for intelligence sharing, operational coordination, and capacity building in Africa. President Tinubu made this known at an African high-level meeting on counterterrorism in Abuja. He stated that the Africa must take a comprehensive approach to combating terrorism by addressing the root causes of the scourge, such as poverty, inequality, and social injustice. Fauziat Lukman has the details.
The African high-level meeting on counterterrorism holding in Abuja offers a unique opportunity for key players to brainstorm on possible solutions to terrorism and violent extremism that have continued to spread across West Africa, the African continent, and the rest of the world at an alarming rate. President Bola Tinubu noted that to effectively counter the threats posed by terrorism to Africa, leaders in the continent must attack the roots that feed the evil branches, such as ransom and illegal mining, terrorism, and other perfect ways to continuously finance, re-equip, and resupply itself for its sinister mission.
Already, terrorism has taken too many lives and delayed our better future for too long. While terrorism troubles us greatly at the moment, we do well by remembering terrorism is not of Africa. We must tell this imported evil that wants to bend and break us that it shall not succeed. Instead of making us bow, we shall banish it. Let us resolve here.
The President added that besides the indispensability of a regional standby force which mandate includes tackling terrorism, the African region must also strengthen existing counter-terrorism structures such as the Regional Intelligence Fusion Unit (RIFU) in Abuja, the African Center for Study and Research on Terrorism (ACRTS) in Algiers, and the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services of Africa (CISA) in Addis Ababa.
Terrorism's arm is felt far and wide for very reason that there's no respect for national boundaries, ethnic, bloodless, or religious creed. We must therefore fight this threat together, combining determined national effort with well-tailored regional and international collaboration. The fight against terrorism requires a comprehensive approach. We must address the root cause of extremism, such as poverty, marginalization, and social injustice.
Under-Secretary General of the United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism (UNOCT), Vladimir Voronkov commended Nigeria for its leadership in counter-terrorism in Africa and for hosting the meeting. President Tinubu, however, commends the courage and dedication of Nigeria's security forces in the fight against terrorism and emphasized the need to halt the proliferation of small arms and light weapons on the continent. Fauzia Lukman, reporting for Global TV News.
The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, handed over 14 recovered assets to Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State. During the handing over ceremony held at the EFCC headquarters, Jabi, Abuja, Olukoyede revealed that the asset recovered by the commission was forfeited to federal government. He added that the EFCC began an investigation into the development since 2007 and has achieved the conviction of persons in relation to the matter. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission may prosecute 300 forex racketeers trading on a peer-to-peer platform outside the financial regulations. The EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, who gave this indication during an interactive program with editors and bureau chiefs in Abuja, revealed that the accounts were frozen following a court order. He disclosed that one of the accounts traded over $15 billion in the past year. Recently, the federal government, through the Nigerian Communication, blocked the online platforms of Binance and other crypto firms to avert what is considered continuous manipulation of the forex market and illicit movement of funds. It also detained 2 senior executives of Binance and cryptocurrency exchange amidst efforts by the government to rein in speculation on the Naira by cracking down on cryptocurrency exchanges. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission urged Justice Emeka Nwite of Federal High Court, Abuja, to deny bail against application of the detained Binance Holding Limited executive, Tigran Gambarayan. The acting graft agency said it was too risky to admit the foreigner to bail, noting the escape of his co-defendant, Nadim Ajawala, from the custody of the National Security Advisor and his escape to Kenya. Besides the prosecuting counsel for the EFCC, Emeka Ihanacho told the court that the anti-graft agency uncovered an alleged plot by Gambarayan to obtain a new passport to facilitate his escape from Nigeria after EFCC had seized his passport. Gambarayan, his fleeing colleague Anjawala, and Binance Holding Limited have been persecuted by the EFCC on money laundering charges. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has filed a fresh charge at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory against the embattled former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. EFCC in the charge accused Emefiele of approving the printing of 684,590,000 at the rate of 18.96 billion naira. EFCC alleged that Emefiele broke the law with intent to harm the public during his implementation of the Naira swap policy of the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The anti-graft agency also accused Emefiele of unlawfully approving the withdrawal of 124.8 billion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation. Insurance Corporation NDIC has inaugurated an Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit, ACTU, at its headquarters in Abuja. Speaking at the inauguration, which was conducted by officials of the Independent Corruption Practices and Other Related Offenses Commission, ICPC, Managing Director, Chief Executive, NDIC, Bello Hassan, has the corporation has a culture of zero tolerance for corruption, which is further strengthened by its core values of teamwork, respect and fairness, integrity, professionalism, and passion. He explained that the specific measures include robust internal controls, regular risk assessment, and risk adherence to regulatory guidelines, and comprehensive training program for employees. The Nigerian Port Consultative Council, NPCC, has expressed support for the single window project, calling for the quick implementation in order to improve ease of doing business in the nation. In a statement by the chairman of the council, Bolaji Sumola, said that the project, when fully implemented, will not only increase the ease of doing business in Nigerian ports, it will further assist the facilitation of trade in ports and border ports. Sumola stated that the council is ready to assist the implementation project by way of monitoring its progress and give necessary advisory support. The Federal Airport Authority has said it has diverted all flight operations from the Murtala Mohammed Terminal 1 to the D wing of the airport over a fire incident. FAN also added that the engineers at the airport has disconnected power from the entire E-wing of the airport to quench the ravaging fire, which started around 5:29 a.m. on Thursday. According to a statement signed by the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Obiageli Ora, smoke which eventually turned into fire had erupted from E54 bridge fan together with the airport rescue and firefighting service team, were said to have restored calm in the area after some airport staffs and travelers took to their heels. The Kaduna State House of Assembly has written to the State Ministry of Finance demanding details of financial transactions under former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai's administration between 2015 and 2023. This was in connection with the State Assembly's probe of all finances, loans and contract projects awarded under the El-Rufai administration. The probe by the State Assembly comes weeks after the incumbent governor of Kaduna State, Uba Sani, lamented that El-Rufai left him a huge debt profile. Sani, who spoke during a town hall meeting in Kaduna, said he inherited a lean treasury, adding that he could not pay workers' salaries. No fewer than 119 inmates of the medium security custodial center, Suleja, Niger State, have escaped following hours of heavy downpour which destroyed part of the facilities on Wednesday night. Spokesman of the Federal Capital Territory Command of the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, Adamu Duza, disclosed this in a statement. According to him, the service has immediately activated its recapturing mechanism and in conjunction with sister security agencies has also far recaptured 10 fleeing inmates and taken them into custody while still in a hot chase to recapture the rest. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has suspended the air operator's certificate of Dana Air. This came barely 24 hours after Dana airplane coming from Abuja landed at the Lagos Airport runway and veered off into a nearby field. Dana airplane with registration number 5MBKI had 83 passengers on board. However, all the passengers and crew members disembarked on hot. NCAA, in a letter signed by the acting director NCAA, Chris Najomo, said the AOC of the airline had been suspended. While awaiting the investigation report from the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NCAA said it had initiated an in-house compliance assessment of the occurrence, taking into account Dana's track records in related occurrences. In Nigeria, Air Force said several terrorists were killed during a joint operation by the air component of Operation Hadinkai and troops of the Nigerian Army. The service also said their hideouts in Damasak and Mobile local government area of Borno State were equally destroyed. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Vice Marshal Edward Kobwek, noted that the terrorists had attempted to attack troops of Sector 4 of the NMJTF of Lada, a border town between the Niger Republic and Nigeria, and subsequently fled across the border into Nigeria. He added that the fleeing terrorists who were on 8 motorcycles were later tracked to 2 locations in Zari village, about 28 local governments east of Damasak and Mala Alidi in Mobile areas of Borno. The Federal Ministry of Education has convened an urgent meeting in response to an alarming online video circulating regarding alleged bullying incidents at Lead British International School. The Minister of the State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Tanko, emphasized the government's steadfast against any form of harassment or intimidation within educational institutions. Fauziat Lukman has the details.
During the meeting, the Minister of State for Education expressed deep concern over the circulated video and took decisive action by appointing a 7-member committee to thoroughly investigate the circumstances surrounding the documented incident. The committee's mandate is to investigate the events as depicted in the videos and come up with expanded investigations to other schools using Lead British International School as a case study to address broader social vices. Assuring the Nigerian populace of the government's commitment to ensuring safety and protecting the right of all students, he further reiterated the seriousness of the Federal Ministry of Education in addressing and eradicating vices within the education sector.
If the need arises, also expand the investigation to many other schools that have this which happens because we cannot just allow it. We use this as a case study in trying to ensure that rights and privileges of students are protected. On the issue of the closure of the school in the next few days, that will be addressed as inter-ministerial discussion, and the ministry will result into a meeting to address that. It's an interministerial issue, and we'll also discuss and respond to it appropriately.
The Permanent Secretary Education, Didi Wilson Jack, inquired about the existence of an anonymous suggestion box at the school where students can lodge their complaints discreetly, while recommending fostering relationship between teachers and students so as to enable students to feel comfortable reporting directly to them.
We'd like to have a very frank discussion with you because it may actually help us in our further deliberations concerning safety of children in school. Safety of children, vices in schools, and general discipline amongst children in schools. So we hope that you will open up, share with us, first of all, the issues that led to that particular incident and any other issues you would like to share with us that would help us to ensure that the menace of bullying in schools is actually addressed.
Representatives from Lead British International School, led by Abraham Ogwakambi, head of school at LBIS Abuja, assured the ministry that appropriate measures had been taken in response to the incident, including disciplinary actions in accordance with school policies.
Yes, and I would like to first start on behalf of the school to apologize for the fact that you said you waited for us at 2 o'clock and we were not here. And I want to first of all talk about what led to that. Actually, that letter talks to me at about 10 minutes to 12, and we were here for 12. But as at that time, there were parents who were briefed in the school compound. We invited the parents of all the children that were involved, and we interviewed them one after the other.
The Federal Ministry of Education assures that it remains steadfast in its dedication to fostering safe and conducive learning environments for all students across the nation. Fawzia Lukman, Global TV News.
The Nigerian and 15 other countries have been boosted with $36.5 million in new funding to eliminate trachoma in their countries. Director General, the country director for Site Savers, Dr. Joy Shaibu, an international development organization, made this known in a statement in Abuja. Trachoma, according to the news agency of Nigeria, is a neglected tropical disease which begins as a bacterial infection that affects the eye and causes vision loss and permanent blindness. Shaibu said the funding was under its Accelerate program aimed at eliminating the disease by 2027. You are watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. On Star Times channel 276, kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, UK Varsity offers Nigerian 44 million naira scholarships. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast midday. Foreign scene. Australian police have arrested 7 teenagers as part of a wave of counter-terrorism raids across Sydney, claiming it was likely the youths may have been plotting an attack. Police says the suspects are believed to share a religiously motivated violence extremist ideology. The raids are linked to last week's stabbing of an Assyrian bishop, which police declared a terrorist attack. Police says the offenders were juveniles aged from 15 to 17. Investigators allege the teenager belonged to the same network as the 16-year-old boy who has been charged with a terror offense in relation to the stabbing of Bishop Maamari Emmanuel, which occurred during a live-stream sermon. At least 4 people suffered non-threatening injuries after the attack in western Sydney suburb of Wackley. The 16-year-old was also hurt. The University of East Anglia, situated in Norwich, United Kingdom, has announced a €33,150 for 44.3 million naira worth of scholarship and travel cost of €4,000, 5.3 million naira to Nigerians and other applicants seeking masters in plant and health in its institution. The funding, according to the information gathered on the school's website, is the David Sainsbury Scholarship in Global Plant Health, which is fully funded for students planning to travel to the UK for study. The scholarship also covers postgraduate researchers' stipend level, which they said would be determined later for the session of admission, adding that the previous academic year was €18,622. The university also noted that the application for the 2024-2025 academic session, which will begin in September. U.S. President Joe Biden says his country will start sending fresh weapons and equipment to Ukraine within days. The U.S. NATO approved a $59 billion, €76 billion foreign aid package that includes military support for Israel and Taiwan as well as Ukraine. Biden vowed to sign it off as soon as it reaches his desk on Wednesday so that the aid can be sent this week. Ukraine has recently stepped up its calls for Western assistance as Russia makes steady gains in its invasion, including the package of $61 billion in military aid for Ukraine. It passed the Senate in a bipartisan vote of 79 to 18. In business, the Federal Ministry of Finance has recovered over 57 billion naira from the 5.2 trillion naira debt owned by ministries, departments, and agencies to the federal government. The Director of Special Project, Federal Ministry of Finance, Aisha Omar, disclosed this in Enugu during a one-day workshop on the federal government debt recovery drive through the Project Lighthouse program for the Southeast Zone. Declaring the event open, the Deputy Director of Special Projects in the ministry, Bridget Moloku, revealed that the debts came to the spotlight from data aggregated from over 5,000 debtors across more than 93 MDAs. The naira further depreciated at the official market, trading at 1,308.52 naira to the dollar. Data from the official trading platform of the MDQ Exchange, a platform that oversees the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, NAFEM, revealed that the naira lost 8.37 naira. This represents a 0.6% loss when compared to the previous trading data on April 23rd, when it exchanged at 1,300 naira to a dollar. The federal government recorded a 52.9% year-on-year increase in deficit spending to 12.86 trillion naira in 2003 from 8.4 trillion naira in 2022. The rise in deficit spending was driven by a 40.6% rise in expenditure, which moderated the impact of 20% increase in revenue during the review period. Following the same trend, expenditure rose to 18.83 trillion naira in 2023, representing 20.5% year-on-year increase from 13.39 trillion naira recorded in 2022. The federal government recorded the highest deficit spending of 1.6 trillion naira in March 2023. In furtherance of effort to sensitize the mining sector, the federal government has revoked 924 dominant license spanning exploration, mining, small-scale mining, and quarrying license, making the announcement at a press conference. The Minister of the Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, declared this, that in line with constitutional provision, adequate notice was given to all concerned parties. Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, has expressed support for the ongoing banking recapitalization exercise, saying it will empower banks to lend more to the economy. Oil marketers has continued to dispense automatic gas oil, popularly called diesel, at a price between 1,350 litre and 1,450 naira per litre in various locations across the country. In sports, Nigeria was announced as winners of the International Cricket Council Cricket Initiative of the year 2023 in Africa with the PwC National Under 2017 Championship, which has run for 5 years. The country was among the 21 nations celebrated by the ICC following another groundbreaking effort and on-off the field in the year under review. The ICC Development Initiative of the Year Award recognizes the outstanding development initiative during delivered during the year and regional winners. Former Super Eagles striker Odion Ighodalo has dropped a cryptic retirement hint after saying he has not more than 3 years left in his football career. And that's it for the news. Please join us. This is Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channels 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Ogochukwu Mobno. Thank you for watching. See you again.